before you were traveling, you gave a couple of sohbats where you're talking about dying before you die, and like with ego, when you hear things like that, or for myself, it's especially when you enter into tariqah, do you think that maybe things are going to be like stages, you know, like school grades? They teach it like there's Nasr Lawama, then you go to all these different things, but it's not like that. Things are, I don't want to say fluid, but it's not stages like that. So why does the ego want to put things into categories like that? Let's say 1, 2, 3, and then how do we fix our understanding of how this journey in tariqah is going to be?
There are stages, but it is, in these days, everything is mixed up. And it cannot be so clean like that, because everything is mixed up. All those words were written, and they are true, at a time when Islam was ruling. And tariqats, especially, they were ruling the Muslims. So there is a school. There was a school. There were classrooms. There were teachers. There were grades. There were examinations. It's easy because the whole system is like that. You understand? All of that's built up for over 1,000 years, turned upside down. It turned upside down, the world now is upside down. Islam is not ruling. Tariqats are not ruling the Muslims. Dajjal is ruling. Kufr is ruling. We have system of education here in the United States, right? Kindergarten, grade school, high school, college, You have colleges. It's pretty systematic, right? Imagine tomorrow, just like that, this whole system turns upside down. A new system comes that has always been opposed to the system. Yes? People talk about the old system where you had grade school, high school, college, and everything. What you have to study, the libraries you have to go through, the teachers, the this and that, research papers and everything. But everything is gone. It's gone. The new system that comes has destroyed everything and put fake new things in it, wrong things, misleading things, even about the past. And some who still hear the echoes of what happened before, where there should be kindergarten and grade school and middle school and high school and everything, knows that it's been gone for over 100 years. Teachers are all killed. There are some leftover teachings, but most the ones that is carrying it, we're seeing it's empty, or they don't have the proper facilities, or the proper knowledge, or the proper teachers. Everything is gone. Even those ones who are sincere, they don't have it. You understand? But all this school is training for you to become something for society. That purpose is still there, to become something for society. Something is going to change in the world. Something is still going to change in the world, but the way that things are going to change in the world, as people expect, you go to school, you do this, and you do this, and you do this, that no longer applies like that systematically. It's upside down. But the world still will be changed. That doesn't change. Because the real ones, they go underground, and Allah gives them the power to these real ones. And they say, now, because the whole system is upside down. You cannot go by the same system as you did before. It's changing. Now you have to quickly produce people. Do it like this, do it like this, do it like this. One day you're going to teach kindergarten, one day you're going to teach high school, one day you're going to teach college, and they make mistake, go back to kindergarten, do this and do this quickly, because you have to produce people who are going to change the world. Before, it may take you 10, 15 years to finish the system of education. But now we don't have that much time. You only have 3 years, let's say. So now it has to be quick, it has to be secret still. Isn't it much more difficult to do? And isn't it much more difficult to teach? But Allah has given power to them, and those who are sincere with them, Allah will give you that power, to give us that power to change. If you know, you realize, yeah, I cannot be compared to the, you say you're a graduate, but I say, but it's not compared. You cannot compare myself to a graduate. Before, in that old system, it took them 20 years. Now it took me 2 years. You cannot compare yourself and say, I'm like them. So Shaykh Effendi, how many times is saying, there's no tariqat anymore? What murids? Yes? We didn't even enter into a tariqat. We acknowledge that, we know that. But times when they're teaching us, we have to run. Times when they say, there are other things, don't look at that, we should not. We cannot compare ourselves, we cannot even call ourselves dervishes. For example, in the Mevlevi order, they are forbidden from going outside. Huh? They are forbidden when you're staying in the dergah to talk to anyone from outside, or to meet anyone, or even to come out from the dergah. Forbidden. Especially in the first 1,000 days. 1,001 days. Forbidden. You're forbidden even to sleep. You can have naps a little bit, but you're forbidden. That's the school. There are only selected people who can go outside. For example, to buy grocery. And when they go outside, they'll wear a kind of special clothes so people will know not to talk to them. This is coming from, this is Mevlevi, this is Qadri, don't speak to them. They cannot. And they are very strict, special ways of going outside, where they can look, where they cannot look, what kind of zikr they have to do. They can go straight to the person selling, let's say, vegetables and just say this. I need this, this, this. Sometimes they just write on a piece of paper, they give, and people are instructed, don't speak to them. And that's it, and then they go back. And those people are considered lower level murids because they go outside. Darvish. Belonging to a different order. Naqshbandi order is completely different. It's kind of like this. Some orders, they take the seclusion to be very important. Some orders, the seclusion is not a physical seclusion. It is more your attitude. You can be in a crowd, but you are secluded in the crowd. That's more difficult to do. One word from the Shaykh, they disobey, they get thrown out, they get beaten up, they put a mark on them. It's not like today. People can go on internet and attack the sheikhs and everything. So it's not the same. The standards are not. But those who are trying sincerely to try to be from what is given to them, don't go around trying to read 10th century manuals and books from 700 years ago and try to live according. You will fail. It's not for you. It's too heavy. You cannot. People talk too much. Scholars cannot take these books on Sufism and speak. They will fail because there's nothing to do with up here. Trying to take Imam Ghazali's books and try to talk about it. It's not supposed to be talked about. You have courses, you have seminars for that. What the? It's like having a seminar on cooking. You know what it is? You don't even smell the food, but you talk about, oh, if you add this and you put this and then you did this, the taste is going to be so nice. Everybody says, yes, they're taking notes. But they don't know how to cook. They don't even see the ingredients. Definitely they cannot cook or taste anything. So, people say, at least it's something, right? I say, yeah, sure, at least it's something. Don't just have at least something. There are places where it's more than something. So, it used to be. Now it's not too much. This Dajjal is attacking in every way and going inside these Jamaats and these Tariqats to attack also. So, for those who want the special ones, not special, those who are looking for real teachings, it's going to be very difficult. You know, if you read storybooks, if the hero is going to look for a treasure, how much difficulty he has to go through, right? He's going to meet a midget, he's going to meet a giant, he's going to meet a talking cat. So many strange things happening, right? Cat is saying meow. He's listening, hearing something else. And then finally he sees dragon. He has to go through so much. Everything is fooling him. Our way to Allah, our way, holding on to the sheikhs, something similar. Maybe you should write your own adventure book. Just don't use real names. And for people, substitute with different animals. You can put unicorn, you can put anything. It'd be very interesting, I'll tell you. I'll read it, trying to figure out who is this? Flying hippo. Who is flying hippo? So many hippopotamuses. It's a good idea, I think. But it's very difficult, and it's meant to only attract those whose hearts are very strong. Pass through one, pass through another and another. Places, people, years. The Shaykh will make you to go through. Only the strongest of hearts, they're going to stay. This is designed for that. Those who are not too strong, they just fall off. It's okay. Shaban already said, majority they're going to leave. They're all going to leave. And we're looking step by step. They did. Majority who were with Shaykh Effendi, they're not here. And they're still falling. And I'm very interested to see, this one is falling. Oh, Allah, Allah. Oh, of course, the signs are all there. Are we going to be shocked? No, we're just going to continue our way. We're claiming we're good? No. We're just trying to do the work. The work now you can see. Everyone can see. Claiming titles, so what? You can claim that you are this or that. You can claim you're a cook. You can claim you're a chef. But it's when you are cooking something, actually, that people can say, even those who are ignorant can say, no, this one tastes better. Doesn't know how to crack an egg. There's a way to crack an egg properly, not just like this. But he can taste and say, no, this one is better. That one is open. Don't look at claims, because people will claim, say, this one is the best one in the Jama. No, this one's, so what? Look at the work that we're trying to do. We're concentrating on that. Yes? Inshallah. So, how do we do this then? Hold on, stick around, watch. How you want to be. What did I do? I watched. I not only watched Sheikh Andy, I'm just giving you my example. I'm not going to speak for anyone else. I not only watch Sheikh Andy, I watch those who are close to him, or those who think they're close to him. Those who look as if they're close to him, but they're not. Those who don't look that they're close to him, but they're very close to him. Those who are doing work, and they don't say anything. Those who don't do work, and they complain. I look at everything properly. It's kind of hard, because when I first entered the tariqat, I don't want to judge anyone. Oh, I'm the worst. Don't judge anyone. And Shaykh Effendi from the beginning, he's like, look at this idiot, look at this. And you feel, yeah, but I'm the worst. I'm supposed to think he's an idiot. Astaghfirullah, You get like that, no. Or you jump over to the other side, yeah, he's the worst, he's worse, and I'm better. No, you don't. That's a more difficult thing, to try to maintain the balance. How to say, yes, this one is, and you drive and say, look at this woman with hair all open like a dog. Look, her hair is like a dog. I'm looking, it's really like a dog. But what am I supposed to say? Yeah, share him, wow. Chocopec. But, so I'm trying to be, then how do you take lesson from that without thinking that you are someone? To take lesson, that is more difficult. The Shaykh may pull you aside, speak something about a close one from him, and say, look, this idiot is making this. Huh? And if you're not prepared enough, you say, he's such an idiot. Although he's close, it's actually Shaykh and he hates him. He loves me because he says all these things to me. I must be special. And then you go around talking to that one who's been serving Shaykh for 10 years, talking down to him. So that's more difficult to do. You have to balance things. I'm trying to make things a little bit more clear, because I know how difficult it can be. I know how, but at times because it's so dark, you just have to hold on. And the person telling you, look, it's dark, watch this, watch that, and you stop to listen, you can't listen anymore. You just have to hold on. And sometimes you don't want to hold on, we just have to smack you and grab you. Like a kid. Kid is just crying and yelling and having a tantrum, and you have to move because danger is coming. You just pick up the kid like that. So you have to trust. You're not eating jalabia? Yeah, jalabi. I thought it's the first thing you're going to eat. That's good. It's testing everyone's nationality, this desserts. Some people, they take brownie first. They say, American. Some, they take the japi bapi. I say, mashallah, this one. Pakistan. Alhamdulillah. Afiyat olsun. So look at everything, try to learn, try to think. That way you can make progress. If you're lazy, this is the thing about this tariqat, you cannot be lazy. If you're lazy and you don't want to do that and say, it's so difficult, I just want to be quiet and I want to be simple and I don't want to get involved in anything, after a while some sickness will overtake you. Some sickness will, and you start hating everyone. You think everyone is against you because you don't do your homework. You can't do that too. Or you say, I don't want to deal with anyone, I'm just going to. Maybe that's a phase you have to go through also. But that's not how it's supposed to be. After a while, you have to come out from that and you have to love each other. You have to help each other. The way that the Shaykh is helping everyone, loving everyone, you have to do the same thing too. Easy for you to love and help your friends. It's those ones that you look down on. You have to find something that is there. You have to try to look with the Shaykh's eyes. What does that one have that the Shaykh is still? Okay, I may not agree with this thing. He's a scatterbrain. He's doing all these things. But you cannot let that to be the first feeling or the first thought of that person. You understand? It's a little bit difficult to explain, but just like a family. You hear this brother always bitching about his brother all the time. You think they're enemies. You think they hate each other, but you see they love each other, but they cannot help complaining about each other, right? Right? It happens. So you cannot take sides also. You can say this is right and this is also right. Just like Nasruddin Hoja, I have to say. Because they're saying to me, you're giving sohbat, you never give us any story, no funny jokes, no nothing. So, not so funny, if you're laughing. So, one day, I don't want to give too many stories. If I don't remember everything perfectly, I'm traumatized by Sheikh Benito. You don't say anything properly, you mess up the story. These are not your stories. These are stories of the friends of Allah. You mess it up, you mess up their story, you're going to get smacked. Do you understand? Just like one person liked to mess up the story. This one I have to say, this is not that, this is something else. Even then I have to remember properly. You know, Nasruddin Hoja, one time, he's saying to a little boy, he's saying, come. He says, take water, and he gave him a jug, like a jar. You understand? Don't look at me like that. And he's saying it's made from clay. And he's saying, okay, get water from over there. And he's saying he pulled his ear a little bit, and he smacked his neck, saying, don't break the jar. You understand? Be careful. He smacked him and then he went. And then a man is looking and he says, Hoja, why you smack the kid? He didn't do anything wrong. Now, so Hoja is saying, what's the use of smacking the kid when the jar is broken? So we know that. We laugh years about this joke. But Shaykh Effendi said, once I'm hearing this big Shaykh was telling this story, the Shaykh, very important, yani, you know. And this Shaykh is saying, one day, Nasruddin Hoja said this to this girl, from the boy to a girl. And he says, take water from the river. Then he took his cane. He said, Nasruddin Hoja took a cane. And it was so thick, the cane, and he was beating the little girl. And everyone is saying, oh, yeah, Shaykh, oh, yeah, laughing. And Shaykh Effendi is looking like everyone is crazy. And he's shaking his head, beating, until her legs swell up like this. And man saying, why are you beating the little girl? He's saying, why I should beat her if the water is spilled and the jar is broken? Beat her now. So I don't want to mess stories like that, you see. Otherwise he can accuse us of mental child abuse. So, but one day, this man, two people came to Nasruddin Hoja. It's a little bit out of the way now. Now we have to come back a little bit. And one man was saying, Hoja, look, this happened to me. This guy did this to me and did this to me, and I had to do this and do this. And the Hoja was listening, and Hoja saying, you're right. And the other man says, no, Hoja, it's not like that. He did this to me, he did this to me. And Hoja was listening, and he said, you know, you are right. And his wife, from behind the door, hearing everything, you know, like to interfere. And he says, Hoja, how can it be that two people are right? Hoja is looking at her and saying, you know what, wife? You are right too. So, we have to be careful. ومن الله التوفيق الفاتحة. السلام عليكم. Okay.